You could please state your first and last name,
Yeah.
sir.
Marwan Porter.
And spell it for us, please, and
M
your
A
title.
yeah, Marwan, and I'm one of the partners of Cochran Firm Jacksonville, and I'm here with my partner Reginald Reeves and Kristen Reeves, who are also partners of Cochran Firm Jacksonville.
And what would you like to share with us today?
Well, good afternoon. We are here today, myself and my legal team, and the family of Johnny Holloway, who was tragically killed here in Jacksonville, downtown Jacksonville, at the Live Bar. And we are doing an investigation into this accident, into this incident, to determine, what could have been done and what should have been done to prevent this from happening, so that it never happens again. We live in a day and age where mass shootings and mass killings have become the new normal. People are getting killed in churches, in schools, in movie theaters, in public concert arenas, you name it, people are getting killed. And business establishments must take the proper precautions to make sure that they have the security measures to prevent these things from happening. You have paying customers who are coming out to have a good time, and the onus is on the business establishment to make sure that they're safe. And when people cut corners, individuals die. That's the bottom line. If you cut corners, people will die. You cannot cut corners. So we're going to look into why this happened, what went wrong, and what we could have done and what they could have done to prevent this from happening so that it never happens again. There were some statements that were made that, out of respect for the family, they shut down, the Live Bar for a couple of days. We think that's a bunch of baloney. What they were doing in those couple days when they shut down was scraping up the blood off the floor in that club. That's what was going on. And we think it's very, very insensitive, for statements like that to be made. And the family is here, and the reason why we are here today, because there are some concerns. They were getting this venue prepared for probably one of their biggest nights of the year, which is tonight, New Year's Eve. And the family is concerned, and we are concerned, that people who may attend that, establishment may not be safe. And what, has the establishment done to ensure that their patrons who will come there tonight are safe, are protected, and that this, this type of chicanery does not happen again. We've heard from, management has spoken out, that they cut corners, that JSO was supposed to be there. They weren't there that evening. We're going to figure out why that is, that the security measures that they usually implemented in terms of pat downs did not occur. That certain security guards were paid under the table in order to be let in the club without being searched properly. And again, when you cut corners, people die. We've been put on notice that you have individuals in this world who are out to kill. And it's happening every day all over the country, and it's imperative that we put a stop to it. And the way we put a stop to it is by putting people over profits. We can't put profits over people. Get the extra security, get, wands, have scanners to make sure people are safe. It's very imperative. This family, the mother and the moms of Johnny's children are here, and they're grieving. They're going through a tough time, and they don't want any other person or any other family to have to endure what they are enduring right now. So we want to make sure that the management and that the owners of Live Bar hear us and hear us clearly, that we will hold them accountable for what they did. We at the Cochran Firm always stand up for the community. We stand up for people, and we want to make sure that people are protected. And when they're not, the individuals or the entities who are responsible must be held accountable. Otherwise, this nonsense will continue to happen. So I'm here, with Johnny's mother, and again, the mothers of his three children. I'm not sure that they're ready to speak out today, but they were brave enough to come, and speak before you, because we're not going to allow this just to fall by the wayside and, they go on, business as usual. We're not going to do that. So, we are conducting our investigation. We are gathering information and evidence, and we will be pursuing, all entities and individuals responsible, for this tragic killing.
Do you know how long the investigation will take for you all to determine if you'll be able to go forward with a lawsuit?
I would say within the next 30 to 60 days, we will be moving forward. Based on the information that we have thus far, there's no question, that we are going to make sure that the entities that are responsible are held accountable. Again, the kids are grieving. They're young, so they're trying to understand all of this. They still, part of them still thinks, daddy's going to come home. And so obviously this happening, on, Christmas, the night of Christmas is tough. It's tough. One would never suspect something like this. So yeah, as you could see, they're going through it.
And what are the next steps for you all?
Yeah, so the next steps, there currently is some investigations going on right now. We have sent out our letters, demanding that surveillance, be maintained, so that we have that. So we're just gathering information. We're gathering the names and owners of the entities, or if there was an outside security company who was involved with, making sure that this place should have been safe. And once we identify that, we're going to be moving forward.
What correspondence has there been with the bar, as far as the nightclub, as far as what they're doing tonight, or if anything's changed?
And we haven't heard of anything, and, to be quite frank, you listen to some of the statements that were made, and to their credit, there was some admissions, clear admissions regarding some policies and procedures that they did not adhere to. The only issue I had with it is it's just kind of like, okay, it happened, and someone was murdered and killed in our establishment, and we're going to figure out some things that, need to be changed so this doesn't happen again. No, I don't think this place should be open right now.
Have they at any point offered any kind of compensation for the funeral or anything for him?
We've heard, that from third parties, but, no formal coming to the table yet. In terms of to myself or my partners regarding, trying to help this family as a result of this terrible incident.
When will we hear from you all again?
I would say you will hear from us within the next 30 days.
And is there anyone in the family that does want to make a comment today?
How you feeling? This is
your name? My name is Cassandra Johnson.
You can come to the middle, Cassandra. Why don't you just, we can all scoot over, there you go.
My name is Cassandra Johnson. I'm the sister of John Holloway. We just want justice for my brother.
How do you spell your first and last name?
Cassandra Johnson.
And what are you asking the public to do to help in this investigation?
If you know anything, just come up for it and tell us.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all, and we will keep you posted, and thank you for being out here and covering this. It's very important, that the proper attention is given to a situation like this so it doesn't happen again. I think that's what this is about.
Sir, as a media outlet here, you have all three of us here who are
Sure.
local. What can we do to help in this situation?
I think that, you could do exactly what you're doing now, cover it, and do the great job that you're doing as reporters, to make sure that, the proper light is shined on things that are harming, our community. Because if it's swept under the table, entities and people will get away with terrible things, and which ultimately puts, all of our lives, all of our children's lives, in jeopardy. So, just keep doing the great jobs that you're doing. Yeah.
We heard you say some questions about JSO, off-duty, and officers. Can you just stretch that out a little bit?
Yeah,
more?
well, based on the reports that I've read and some of the information that has been divulged, they have stated that two JSO officers typically are hired as security personnel for those weekend evenings or for big events, and for whatever reason, they kind of made it sound like a scheduling, conflict. They didn't show up, and it's very difficult for me to believe, that a scheduling conflict, resulted in JSO not being there. Maybe JSO was not paid to be there, and that was just the the excuse or the rationale that was reasoning, but that was used, and but we will be looking into that as well.
Now you mentioned tonight it's a big party here.
Yep.
They're open.
Yeah.
You mentioned you have some concerns.
Yeah, I mean, whenever someone was murdered there, not 7 days ago, it's a problem. This is not just a bar fight, right? Someone had a gun, came into this club, and shot another person and killed that person. Okay, and we don't know what the motivation was. We know that when you have incidents like that, sometimes it results in a ripple effect, and other things happen, right? And so I think that until everything is brought to conclusion, regarding their criminal investigation and what have you, why is this place open? People are mourning, so it's a little insensitive to me. And we know why it's open, because they want to make some money. But at some point, you have to, put humanity and put people over profits. They shouldn't be, in my opinion, worrying about throwing a New Year's, Eve celebration. They should be figuring out, what they could do, to help this family and prevent this from ever happening again. So thank you, and I'll make sure I get all your information. All right, thank you.